Hello, everyone, and welcome to our reaction to part 2 of the Schmoedown Throwdown. And yes, it is a special occasion. That's why I'm wearing this, because it is the title match for the Inner Geekdom division. I am, as usual, your host, Kees Cornelissen. Today, the Grand Admiral, for a reason, I'd say. Joined by, as usual, Chris Doman. And, oh, hey, there's the Star Wars beanie. And, of course, Nico Rigoli for, Mike, the Killer Kalinowski, Inner Geekdom champion, versus the number one contender, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, for a part 2 that I think a lot of people have been just dying for to see.
Yes.
And we are going to watch this all unfold. You should know who I have. So I'm just going to throw it over to Nico first. Nico, what are you expecting about this match today?
First off, thank you for getting my last name right because, and I'm pretty sure he was just busting my balls, but a certain Sith Lord purposely referred to my last name as a pasta instead. But I know he's just busting my balls there. But yeah, I'm excited for this match. This is part 3 in the long-time rivalry between Rachel Cushing and Mike Kalinowski, and third part is obviously set up to be the best here. 5 rounds with the title on the line, with the title that both of them have been hunting for the longest time. I'm wondering what Chris is pondering over now.
Chris is wondering what the second one was, but that was JTE Kalinowski.
No. I'm pondering who's this infamous Sith Lord.
Oh, okay.
Tarloff.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Anyway,
continue.
Anyway, what happens on Collider Live aside, this match, it's getting a lot of hype, and I'm excited to see if it lives up to the hype. I'm going with Rachel Cushing. I feel like it's her time. I feel like she's been destined to hold this belt for the longest time, and we can make jokes about Destiny and Ken Knapsack being part of corruption and making references about Destiny.
Did somebody say Destiny?
There it is. But I just feel like Rachel Cushing is destined to be the next double champion. She's on the quest for the Triple Crown, and this is part 2 to get to the Triple Crown, the Inner Geekdom title. It's her division, and I feel like it's her time.
All right. Well, last time that I asked Chris who he has in this match, he was completely undecided. But I do think that I should ask you now, hashtag who you got.
This is going to kill me. This is going to kill me. Utterly kill me to say it. Because I think tip for tap, on a strictly knowledge basis and how hard each competitor studies for their respective match, it's Rachel. But there's one thing that I cannot deny to Kalinowski. He pulled out every single stop to get here. So that's... Nico, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't you dare.
But you want to know something? Here's what's going to come down to. Sudden fucking death. We're going to do it, and it's going to happen, and I'm going to be pissed off because last year it killed me with a sudden death, and this will be one that does the same. I know it in my heart of hearts. There will be a way. This video is too long for it to be just a regular 5-round match.
And then who will win the sudden death?
I hate you, Mike. I hate you so much right now.
That's awesome.
So
honestly,
I incredibly begrudgingly have to throw just my official ballot towards the corrupt one himself.
Damn you, man. Why?
Screw you, Mike.
Well, as I would say in my character that I usually do on fandom at Multiplex Entertainment, I would say that I have a lot of respect for Rachel Cushing. She does a lot of studying, and I know that she is a very respectable, good competitor, and that she definitely will put up a fight. But yeah, in the end, I do think Mike is just the better one. He's the heel. That's good. And he's just.
No, that's bad. He's the heel. That's bad.
It's the ultimate battle of good versus evil. But here's
indeed. But I do think Mike will eventually win by sudden death. Maybe yet another Plo Koon type scenario. But yeah, I know that I can't wait for it. Any final words from anyone before we start this thing?
Let's go.
We will start in 3, 2, 1, play.
Screw
My
me.
daddy's home.
Oh no, they let him in.
Back, baby. Woo! Easiest time I've ever served in my life. Wait, hold on. Wait.
Shades. Now I can watch this.
Wow.
You're talking about that idiot. I am. I love you, man. You look fucking good. It's good to have you back. Do you live here? What are you doing here? What kind of dude? They locked me in a room for 6 months. I've been there. You lock me up, but I'm always coming back out, baby. I'm always. Oh, I can't believe
Crap.
you would have the balls to show your face here. Are you kidding me? First of all, if one of us has a pair of balls, it's me. And secondly, I actually had to serve a little bit of time for putting someone through a table. Do you remember that? Drew, you're a clown. You're gonna have to prove me. I'm gonna embarrass
Did you serve your
Okay, well,
time?
first of all,
He did.
I've already TKO'd your teammate. I've TKO'd a 3-time champion. And you know what? I would love to play you, but I can't. Because the guy that runs this place says I can't play you yet.
That's not exactly what was said. Yes, you cannot play in a singles match just yet. However, Sam and I have talked it over, and we have come to an agreement with a stipulation, which is that it will be a teams match that you are able to play each other.
Okay.
And you're welcome to choose whatever teammate you want, and then you can take this feud to the Schmoedown arena, as it should be.
Ooh.
I will. And you know what? Fine. You know what? I choose Robert Meyer Burnett. Really?
Get ready to
Burnett
lose.
is your teammate for this match. Drew, that's a great decision. I have to tell you. I actually have somebody who has some business to be done with this moron, too. I'd like to introduce you.
Oh crap. Oh crap.
How's that flipper hat, man?
Oh, this one?
Nice.
I can tell you one thing. The shit talk in this match will be off the
down.
chart.
Yeah, well, guess what?
There will be so much shit talk that the match itself will be 1 hour long because they can never ask a question.
Gentlemen, what are you saying?
Also, when a goldfish here, when a goldfish here.
Come back, no
Yes.
food, no water, no Netflix.
Shut your
I'd be
mouth.
surprised
We'll
if
see
you guys
in
get
the
ready
ring.
to spin the wheel.
I'm looking forward to it, baby. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, that's actually going to be a really close match.
That's gonna be an incredibly close match. Too close for my liking.
And I'm just eating it all up. I love it.
Oh boy.
And you know, as crazy as it sounds, don't doubt Finstock. Like, he can pull things off at times when you least expect it.
True. He almost beat
This is
McCougan.
true.
Here we go. We are back. Well, we know who's going to
He had just
play
remembered
in
Amy Adams, it would have been,
We know who will
nice
be
win,
playing
but
in
all right.
Chicago in that match, and it is the odd couple. But now we are here. It is time for the main event of the
Main event
evening.
time.
We have the
Champion versus
championship
champion.
of the world. That's right, the challenger, Rachel the Crusher Cushing.
Woo!
Will be facing
Kermit the
the
Frog
champion,
wave.
Mike the Killer Kalinowski.
Boo, Atten Rand. Boo. Sorry,
One
what?
of them gets a belt, one of them walks home empty-handed. This is going to be such a heavyweight bout. This is what, Christian, you
Hashtag
call,
fantasy
in the old
casting.
days, probably when you were growing up in Queens, Bayside, a slobber knocker.
Yeah, it's something like that. I'll tell you, there's so much history here. There's so much history when you go back in time when they played in the Inner Geekdom in season 4, and Kalinowski lost to Rachel Cushing. He got back on the horse. He said, I am going to become a much better competitor. He did that in Inner Geekdom, but he wound up facing Rachel again in the singles division. Rachel won that match as well. But
We're all
Mike
just
created the Inner
celebrating.
Geekdom tournament. He last
That's
season
where it all
he had
started.
A whole bunch of, we know what happened last last year.
It's a little
corruption.
corrupt with a capital K.
All of it. I mean, even so much so that he got himself to the finals of the tournament. Him and Rachel never fought. They thought that everyone thought that was what was going to happen. It didn't happen. What happened was Mike wound up losing to Mara Kanopik, who ultimately went up to win the championship from Jason Inman, and then Mike figured a way to get himself in there to that title shot. Mike Kalinowski took the title from Mara Kanopik at the Schmoedown Spectacular, taking the championship, giving corruption. He gave corruption
Order
the win.
66 strikes again.
Right now, and they're riding high, and they don't want to lose it.
That's right. Will
had a lot of victims.
Will Rachel Cushing take it from him? Will Christian compliment me on my shirt this evening?
Nice.
All those questions about to be answered.
It's about to happen right now. Rachel Cushing, like I said in the beginning of the program, she's looking to become the second ever double belted champion and the first to ever be double belted in the Inner Geekdom. She is a solid Inner Geekdom player. They are the two best of the division. They are here to scrap. Here is how it all went down.
Our most recent guest on our live show might have something to say about that.
This is true, but, you know, is he going to beat Jay? I think he'll beat Jay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
I think he'll KO Jay.
Steve Rogers, knock me down.
All due respect to Jay, come on.
I mean, and Jay is actually pretty good in your geekdom, but
come on. It's Kevin's match.
You know, from the conversations that we were very lucky to have with him, I've never met anyone with more drive than him.
Yep. He is a German man. He is a German man. He's been giving me some advice too, and it's been great advice.
Check out our last live show. We had him on. Shameless plug.
Sorry about the hour 2 minutes mark. The old Wynyard.
She's right when she said that belt was heavy. I've felt it. It's a heavy
the
ass
belt is actually pretty heavy.
You know, I wouldn't know.
This belt for you guys out there.
The main event is now Rachel Cushing.
By the way, whoever wins today, you guys can keep that belt. That's not the belt that I want.
I do. I care.
I want that belt too.
Still waiting on the wrestling Schmoedown title, but soon, someday.
If I'm saying once, I'll say it again, Nico. I admire your persistence.
A for effort.
I am hyped up. That is, I mean, just watching that, the history there. I mean, this is the, again, when you think about divisions, whether it's MMA or boxing, it's like you want to see the two best scrapping it out. These are the two best Inner Geekdom players that we have in the league.
I mean, this actually might be
they are that good, and what they know is just incredible.
I mean, in Harry Potter terms, this is like watching a Quidditch match. Who's going to score all the knickknacks or the wickwacks? We're going to find out right now.
Well, we're ready.
So both of them not at their A game?
All right, so if you look at both the notable accomplishments, here you go.
Oh, God, we're going to be here all night.
Well, and there's a lot of them. All right.
You're going to read all of them?
I'm going to read all of them. All right, so here we go. The notable
Shy Wolf, who's the boss?
for Rachel the Crusher Cushing. Okay. She is the 2017 Rookie of the Year. She is part of the Team Champions. Her
Patriots,
match against
Rotten Tomatoes / Schmoedown.
Overall match of the year in last
9 overtime, something like that?
That was sudden death.
That one still hurts.
Kalinowski, the killer. He is the
current
it
wouldn't have gone to sudden
IG
death.
champion. He is the 2018 Inner Geekdom finalist, and he has victories over Mara
I'm just like foaming at the mouth right now with excitement.
Haben, and
like that one crazy fan in Avatar who keeps screaming for no reason.
Foamy mouth guy.
He is 0-2 overall and 0-1 in the Inner
I will
Geekdom,
never get
but
sick
this
of
is
foamy
a
mouth
big,
guy
big,
ever.
Big fight for him and Corruption. You know, Corruption wants to keep on to it, and
they can't even spell.
No, well, are you ready to get going?
I mean, look at me. Do I look not ready?
All right, well, if the crowd's ready, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
Trivia
Schmoedown! Yeah!
5 rounds for the Inner Geekdom Championship of the World. Introducing first, representing the Direwolves with an Inner Geekdom record of 4 wins, 3 defeats. She is the 2017
Oh my God, they both have the same record.
Rookie of the Year and the
Interesting.
Movie
Yep.
Trivia Schmoedown Team Champion, the Challenger, Rachel
vibrations of that hum. My God. Yes, yes, yes,
Of course.
yes. Do it. Do it. Yeah! 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 Oh! Yes!
Ah, that theme is so good.
It's
worked
just
on a
the
lot.
best.
And just to see it ripped up like that, it is nice to see the Shire Wolves back on the stage. Last time we saw them on a stage, I mean, they were the Comedy
Except
Store
for some
winning
reason,
pretty much
every time it goes to
award
the
that they
high
were
note, I
nominated
always
for.
just
won a lot, and we're gonna
picture
see
the
them pretty
music
soon
swelling
as they go up
into
against critically
the song that
acclaimed,
plays
but
when
that's
Luke
not why we're here
sees
today.
Owen and Beru at the Skywalker, the Lars homestead.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just do.
Representing
The binary sunset.
with a record of 4 wins, 3 defeats. He is the 2018 Inner Geekdom Tournament finalist and the reigning, defending, movie trivia Schmoedown Inner Geekdom champion.
This is so lame. It's like a next level of lame. Hey, chance.
Do it, Chris. Do it.
Yeah, do it.
Of
The
course.
twin redheads.
Coming out with them. That's interesting.
There's a lot of leather in this group.
And a lot of redheads. Yay for redheads.
Well, you know what they say. Redheads are the craziest.
This is true. Take it easy, Ken.
To be fair, that will be me when I make my inevitable debut. It'll be like,
Chance Ellison, rookie sensation, and now the champion is here. Wow, what an entrance. What an entrance.
I love
What
you.
though,
I
look
love
at the Shire
you.
Wolves just stand in court. They could not care less. Just stand in court with a smile
Yes, God,
on their
man.
face, like, bring
We
it.
love
I
you
would
too.
say the word bemused on the faces.
I'm liking it.
R.I.P.
So
movie
there
review
is
talk.
corruption. They have hit the table. Mike Kalinowski, the defending champion, is ready to go. They're exchanging
Dan
pleasantries
Skip Allen
like
is
they're
fighting
saying
hard
goodbye
to get
their
that
son
show
who's
back
going
on the
off to
air.
college at the airport.
Complete with
All
a
right.
change.org petition.
With that, here we go, Mark. How
That's
does
not a joke.
round
He's
number
really
one?
done
In
that.
round number 1, after the introductions and Ken Knapsack picks on the
Good on
youngest
him.
member of the audience, we begin round number 1. Keep in mind, this is a championship match, so there are 5 rounds as opposed to the normal 3. You two are no strangers to a championship contest.
No,
In
they're
round
not.
number 1, you're going to hear 10 questions from 10 different corners of the movie trivia Schmoedown Inner Geekdom Galaxy. Each question's worth 1 point. As soon as you hear it, you got about 15 seconds. Write down your best attempt at an answer. Once we ask you to reveal it, please show
Note to
your
self,
answer
next time
to
put
the
on
camera and
aftershave.
to us up here at the answer desk. At the same time, verbalize it into the
Note to
microphone.
self,
Like I
next
said, each
time
question's worth
shave,
1
period.
point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. Each competitor throughout the
Feels
duration of
good,
the
Nico.
5-round
Just do
match
it.
has 3 usages
Embrace
of the
the razor.
JTE rule. If
No.
you're not sure you heard a question correctly, you want to repeat it, or you just want to
I
buy
mean, maybe
yourself
to
some time,
trim,
use
but-
the JTE rule. Each competitor also has 1 challenge to be used at any point during
I could make a
the match.
real man
With that,
reference,
we
but
ask
I'm
the
not
challenger
gonna.
first. Are you ready?
Ready?
Champion, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's get
Ready to Schmoedown!
You can feel the tension in the air right now.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's just the Wi-Fi.
This is one of the biggest matches we've seen in a long time. All right, here we go. Here we go. Question number 1. The MCU. The MCU is the first category. In Captain America, the first Avenger, who plays U.S. Army Colonel Chester Phillips?
Oh, we should probably point out that the MCU stands for Marvel Cinematic
When this
Universe.
actor was
Good
asked,
call. Thank you.
5.
you know,
4.
does he love
3.
the fact that he was in Captain America: First
2.
Avenger? He
Repeat
always
the question.
responds, "I don't
Captain America, the first
care."
Avenger, who plays U.S.
Oh,
Army
come
Colonel
on.
Chester Phillips?
Using
Mike.
the AJT rule early, doing the
Come on.
calculus
Marker's
in
shit
their
in the
heads.
bed
It's
here.
fascinating to watch the guinea pig
5.
on the wheels.
4.
You're writing a lot for
3.
not knowing the answer there,
2.
Nico.
No, I know it. My marker was crap in
Tommy
the
Lee
pen.
Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee
well
Jones.
done.
Good start. 1-1. Look at all that gold on the desk. Look at all that gold.
Each have a point. Rachel Cushing, great handwriting.
look at that, we're
Mike
all
Kalinowski,
perfect so
still
far.
some work to do.
All right. There you
In the category
Yeah.
of Star Wars. These are Star Wars movies, and your question is, Who stars as Han Solo?
Are you
in the
fucking
film
kidding
Solo,
me?
A Star Wars Story.
I don't know.
And why is there a groan in the crowd? It's a fine movie.
It's 5 rounds.
It's a fine
It's
movie.
a watchable movie.
It's a
Three.
fine
Remember
film
he met the big dog
that I
and they
love.
had an adventure?
1. Pens down, and Rachel.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Yep, and Mike.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Okay, tie game.
All right.
Tie game.
Here we go.
All right, next question. Next question is in the realm of DC films. DC.
Jeez.
In Batman and Robin, what does Mr. Freeze modify into a freeze ray to cover all of Gotham in ice?
No groan for
Let's
that movie?
keep some ice.
They're going to attack Solo?
You're not putting
I'm
me in
not
the cooler.
sure.
Four.
This movie sucks.
3.
I've seen this movie too many
I
times.
got-
I
I got-
have
Is it
to
a
know
rocket?
it.
The guy
The
from
telescope.
Observatory?
It's incorrect. Rachel.
A telescope.
Telescope's
Oh.
correct.
It is a telescope.
Telescope's correct.
Yeah, I didn't have that one.
Telescope is
Look,
used
that
to
movie is
challenge.
garbage, so
You got to give you a 5 count when you challenge now.
Actually,
Five.
he could challenge
4.
because they modify
Okay.
the entire
here we go.
observatory,
Okay,
but
next.
specifically the
So on to
telescope.
question number 4 of 10. And this
Yeah.
takes place in the realm
You,
of Middle
could
Earth.
have made the argument, Mike. Just
This is
saying.
Middle Earth, and your question is, Benedict Cumberbatch plays 2 roles in the Hobbit trilogy. One is Smaug, and the other as whom?
by the way, his performance as Smaug is fucking amazing. I love it.
Yeah. He's actually.
if you see him behind the scenes,
5.
Oh my God, it's wonderful.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pen
The
The
down.
Necromancer
Necromancer
Rachel.
slash
The
Sauron.
necromancer, also known as
Sauron.
Sauron.
That's correct.
So actually,
Didn't have it.
Nico.
Rachel
yeah,
went up
yeah.
on
Well done, Nico. Good
Rachel
job.
gone up
I
by 2
think
here.
the Lego Batman
Championship
movie
match.
helps me with that
Here
one.
we go. Next question, guys. Next question is
Okay.
from the realm
Okay.
of just Marvel films, not the MCU.
This is
Marvel.
not the MCU.
Who plays the Punisher, a.k.a. Frank Castle, in Punisher Warzone?
I don't watch this movie.
Great reading, but you just gave away this.
Um,
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I haven't
Now we're
watched
going to be
it.
looking for a guy
Say,
named
I
Frank.
don't know.
Fandom training,
5,
don't fail me now.
4, 3, 2.
Nah, don't have it.
Ray
Mike.
Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Ray Stevenson.
There you go, Rachel. Still
I do know him.
Still perfect. Mike gets at least himself within 2.
I know him as Volstagg.
Next up, we say hi to John Roca, who's all the way over in London. This is your universe, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And your
Oh, by the
question
way,
is,
that picture
big
of
round applause
him
for the Outlaw.
Yeah.
is
The question
great.
Yes, it
What
is.
position did Harry Potter's dad play in Quidditch? I didn't know his old man played Quidditch. It's like in Texas. Boy, I played Quidditch, and you're going to play Quidditch. I don't want your life.
EA had a
3,
Quidditch game once, and it was
2,
kind of fun to play.
1. Rachel.
Seeker.
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 Yes. Mike.
Yay!
Back and forth.
I was gonna say
6-4.
keeper, but no.
6-4.
It's a good Who song.
Oh, same as
Star Trek is the next one. Star Trek. Which actress, famous for her role in Cheers, plays Saavik, Spock's protege,
Oh, shit.
and a Starfleet commander in training in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan?
Honest question for you. How many of the
I hope
Star
I
Trek
spelled it
films have
right.
you seen? Were you a big Star
As
Trek
long as you
kid?
can pronounce it right,
The new
they'll.
one, the classic.
they-
J.J.
they-
yeah.
Abrams. 5,
I just hope I got it right.
4, 3,
Tap dancing.
2, 1. Pen
Kirstie
down.
Kirstie
Alley.
Alley.
Kirstie Alley.
Yes. Rachel.
Wow.
Kirstie Alley.
There you go. Okay. Rachel has not missed.
And she was replaced by Robin Curtis.
Well
That's right,
done.
Rachel, 3 questions away from a
Yeah,
perfect
I
round, in
once
which
missed a
case
question
she will get a bonus
about that.
question,
I'll
so you
never
get
Never
forget
gonna
it.
miss it again.
ask an extra one. All right. In the world of the DCEU is your
crap, now I'm
8th
gonna miss it.
question. The DCEU, and
fuck
that
this
query
universe.
is David Thewlis
Never mind.
portrays which
no,
mythical god
that's the
in
one you like.
Wonder Woman?
Yes, I do.
I have no doubt what carbonate.
Hello,
was
Lupin.
on.
Sprite. 5,
Flavor is
4, 3, 2,
coconut.
1. Rachel.
Aries.
God of War.
Aries.
Yes, Mike.
Aries.
Okay, so once again, 2 points behind. But still, they're neck and neck here. Mike just had those 2 bumps up top, but he seems to have a stride now as we get into our next one. Heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. In the film Scott Pilgrim
Oh, fuck.
versus the World. What is the name of
I haven't
Scott's
seen this
girlfriend,
movie.
played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead?
Do you need the first and the last name?
Yes, the first and the last
Stop
name.
asking
Like
questions
if the
about
answer was
movies
B,
I
you said
haven't
Mark
seen.
And Ellis.
Not
Makes me
David.
look that I
5.
suck at any
This
them.
movie.
Real name.
And I hate that I know this
Edward,
answer.
but it's
2.
been fun working with you.
1.
Is
Hands
it
down,
Ramona
please.
Flowers?
Ramona Flowers.
Ramona Flowers.
Fuck
Yes.
me.
Rachel?
Ramona
Wow,
Flowers.
Rachel is a second away here now.
Good job, Nico.
Rachel hits this one. She's got herself a
I'm
perfect
playing really
game
good.
so far. So, Mark, what is it?
Yeah.
It's going to be a tricky one because this is a Patreon question. This is a Patreon category.
And
this
Case
comes
looks like he
from
wants to
Jonathan
shoot
Peck.
himself.
How about a hand for
Hey, thank you, Jonathan Peck.
Hey,
Longtime
Jonathan.
fan. Like we said, join the Movie Trivia Schmoedown today if you have not
Right
already,
here.
and maybe one day I will say your name on this here program. Jonathan Peck requested the category
Lord,
of mixed
really?
bag. Could be anything from any
Sorry.
world of inner
Sorry.
geekdom
Love you.
know-how.
Love you, Peck.
In this
Love you.
particular question, in Indiana
Well played.
Jones and the Temple of Doom, how many Shankara stones fell to the bottom of the ravine?
That's a good question. That is a good question.
Okay, don't look. I did not do anything. If anybody did, you did by forgetting my middle name.
5,
No.
3, 2,
George.
1.
It's two.
Two?
For the perfect game. Yes, it is. And it's 2. Perfect round.
Yeah, because they have 3. They were still looking for the other 2. They never found those. Indy keeps 1.
Good round by Mike, but Rachel Cushing. Now,
I got
Rachel, this is
7.
just for you. You do
Yeah.
not
I got
have to
7
write this
also.
down.
Yeah.
Here you go. This is your bonus
me.
question. If you get it, you have a point. Here you go. Bonus. What page does Snape tell the
Turn
class
to
to
page
turn
Page
to
394.
when he is covering for Lupin's defense
Wouldn't have gotten
against
it.
the Dark Arts class?
That's a deep cut, by the way. But it's
But
a
it
very
doesn't
iconic.
feel like a deep cut. That's the sad thing.
It's an iconic. It's
5,
an iconic line.
4.
394.
Well done.
Damn.
Damn.
Rachel Cushing has a 3-point lead.
Well done.
Champion with a perfect round. With a perfect round.
Yeah.
And she
Pretty
is now 3 points over on the champion as we get into round number 2. Mark, how does round number 2 go?
In round number 2, this is the wheel round, so it's going to be fairly similar to how we would do in a normal movie trivia Schmoedown event, with the caveat that there is no opponents or spinner's choice on the wheel, so there's 12 different categories on there, and once you select your
That's actually
category
good.
via
I
a
was
wheel
really hoping
spin,
there was
you
gonna
get
be
5
no spinner's or
questions
opponent's choice.
in that particular genre of inner geekdom movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Now, after you get those questions, each one is worth 2 points. If you're not sure
And
of the answer,
is there
you can ask
really
us for
even a
multiple
point
choice.
to
We'll give you
having
4
spinners
options,
and
one of
opponent's
which
choice
we
on
use
the
where
wheel
it's
with
correct.
these two
Then
competitors?
With
and do
Intergeekdom, no.
in round number 2. So, Christian, the tide can really turn here. And like you said, Mike Kalinowski, on any other day, maybe that's the headline, is that he got 8 points in an Inner Geekdom Championship in round number 1. However, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, 11 points. That's a perfect
A lot
round plus
more.
the bonus. So, Rachel, you
Yeah.
may select. Do you want to spin that wheel first, or would you like to defer to the killer?
I shall defer.
You're going to defer. All right. So
Mike
here we go.
Kalinowski.
Why did I always
Spin
defer? I don't
gently,
get
Mike.
it.
Right.
Please.
Like in this case, I
Please
just
don't
want to
harm that wheel.
spin.
Because they
Same.
want something to get
Alright,
taken
there you
off the
go.
wheel
Don't harm
first
that wheel.
if
Good
it's
spin
something
by
they're
the
not
champion.
comfortable in.
Waiting to see where it's going to
fair.
land.
And here we go. Round and round it goes. Mike
Wheel of morality.
Kalinowski
Turn. Tell us a lesson
looking
that we should
for
learn.
something in the world of comic
oh,
book
he's looking-
movies. This
Marvel.
might be Marvel.
Marvel.
Just regular
All right,
Marvel.
what's he want to do here?
This
This does not say MCU.
No,
I
it's Marvel.
personally would
think
take
was
it, but
MCU,
I
so let's
feel
stay
like
away,
he's
but
not
let's see,
gonna.
what's he going to do?
He is maybe looking
Gotta
over.
give you a 5 count here, Mike.
Regular
Here,
Marvel
I hope.
movies.
Gonna go again.
Gonna go
All
again.
right.
Nice easy spin there.
Ooh.
Oh God, that's a strong
Okay.
spin.
He's not taking it.
All right, well, this gives us a perfect opportunity to remind everybody out there watching that I'll be in Seattle March 14th.
Oh, Jesus Christ, LSU.
LSU.com.
And while you're at it, get tickets for the free-for-all.
That's March 23rd, Christian, in downtown Los Angeles at the Globe
Quit
Theater.
reminding me, I'm not
Don't
gonna
let
be
it
there.
happen.
Oh, that's a good one for him.
Snap
what he
a
wanted.
do.
That's what he
He's going
wanted.
to take DCU.
a very good
and
one
I'm
for
gonna
him.
remind everybody right now that that wheel is a very special wheel because the wheel for today's match is actually a sponsored
Hey.
Thank you,
wheel,
Nathan.
and that is by
Always a
Mr.
pleasure to
Nathan
see
Thank you, sir.
Ovendale. How about
Thank
a
you.
hand for Nathan? Now,
Woo.
sponsored slices are Middle Earth and Star Trek. Thank you for those, Nathan, and thank you for sponsoring
Thank you
the
for
wheel.
Middle Earth.
That wheel which
And thank you for
turned
Star
to
Trek.
DCEU for Mr.
Says the guy
Kalinowski.
wearing a Star Wars beanie.
DCEU.
And
All right,
thank
we're gonna
you
get
for
5 questions
being
here
a
in the DCEU.
friend.
Here's your first. In Justice League, we first see Wonder Woman following a terrorist bombing in which city?
Vienna?
I don't know, London.
Paris? Is it Paris?
That's Wonder Woman. That's not Justice League.
4, 3.
Paris.
It's incorrect.
London.
For 2 points.
Oh, jeez.
Big steal.
Wow.
There's a 5-point gap.
All right. Here's the next one. In Aquaman, who voiced the King of the Fishermen?
Here's the question.
King
Who cares?
or Coop?
Dijman Hansu.
Shaiman Hansu is correct.
Nice.
Nailed it. It's correct.
Well done.
All right.
What?
Okay.
Yeah,
Question 3.
exactly.
In Suicide Squad, when the squad is first assembled at the airport to get their clothes and
Captain
weapons,
Boomerang.
who arrived in a large duffel bag?
Captain Boomerang.
No.
Oh, you're right. It is Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang.
Correct.
Because he comes out of it and punches a guy.
Two more.
He has a pink
In Man of
unicorn.
Steel, while in the interrogation room, using his X-ray vision, what does Superman say is also
Shit,
in Dr. Hamilton's breast pocket
that's something.
alongside with his ID
That's
badge?
A cell phone.
Yeah, this is a question mark.
5, 4,
I got.
3,
I don't got it.
The
2.
rule of lifesavers.
Correct.
Wow.
Look, this is why he's
Damn.
champion.
Last question.
Knowing that kind
In
of stuff.
Justice League, when Bruce points out Barry's special heat-resistant suit, what sport does Barry claim to use it for as a cover story?
Hockey?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple
1.
choice.
Is it A, speed
Multiple
skating,
choice.
B, ski jumping, C, ice dancing, D, luge?
What is luge? Is that a sport?
It is.
Ice dancing.
For 1 point.
All right.
All right. So Mike got himself a 2-point lead, but that's steal.
Luge
Wow.
is basically a single person in a sled trying to sled down a hill the fastest
That was a 2-point steal.
possible.
Rachel knew it right away. She
Oh.
knew it was London.
It's an Olympic
Rachel,
sport.
whenever you are ready,
It is.
you may spin said
You
wheel.
can
All right,
street
Rachel's
luge
spinning,
too.
and, you know, she was on the rundown.
Sponsored by
yesterday.
Nathan Ovendale.
She was on the rundown yesterday, and they asked her, "Is there anything on the wheel you're scared of?" Her response, "No."
I can't imagine that at this point.
Yeah.
You know, being a veteran of the inner geekdom for
All
both
right,
these competitors, even Mike
does
Kalinowski, even though he spun away
get
from Marvel, I still think he would have
DC
done pretty well in that
shouldn't
category.
keep it.
Oh.
DC or should we have DC? No, DC. is
DC,
fine.
he almost got Harry Potter.
That counts. Yeah, he had DCEU. So yeah, DC. Okay, yeah, you're gonna spin again. Okay, spin again.
Four.
Spin, big spin. And Rachel Sherman.
All right, what's he gonna land on?
decided
What's he gonna
to
land on?
Clean the machine actually available now on T-Public.
Oh wow, that's a
Awesome job on the shirt,
Really
Janine.
has ceased to become just a league and is in fact a family.
Yep.
I have actually
You
seen
are
the
the
signs,
dad.
really good.
I am the drunk uncle.
The only thing that she had to spin away
Alright.
from is the DCEU.
That's right. It's coming around. It's not going to be
Star
DCU.
Trek?
It could be
Star Trek.
Yay!
She's pretty good
Star-
with Star
Star
Trek.
Trek.
Five
She's good in Star
questions
Trek.
a category that
This
allows
is
me
her
to do
wheel
this.
slice to
This
take
is
it.
Chris's wheel slice.
All right,
Come on.
Rachel, the first of 5
I'm just gonna
questions.
try
10
and
points
be
on the
faster than
table
Chris
right now
because
in your round number 2.
I know
In the
some.
beginning of Star Trek Beyond, Kirk has applied for
Admiral.
a promotion.
Vice Admiral.
What would his new rank be?
Vice Admiral.
Give her 2 points.
Jeez.
Quick on the draw there. Look at that. Tie game.
All right, your next question. What is the name of Kirk's son
Oh,
in
David.
the original
David.
series films?
David.
That is the correct David. Yes, it is.
Rachel Cushing is on fire.
It
Nice.
is not Edward. It is, in fact, David.
Wow.
All right. Your next question, Rachel. Number 3 in this round of 5. In Star Trek The Motion Picture, Persis Kambata
Lieutenant Ilea
plays
Yeah.
what character? We need the character name.
from
Lieutenant
Delta 4.
Ilea.
And we got the rank for no additional points awarded.
Damn.
2 points for Rachel.
Damn.
Cushing is playing on another level right now.
2 more questions. Your penultimate one in round number dos. In Star Trek First Contact, who plays the man who discovers
Oh,
light
shit.
speed?
What is
James
Zefram
Cromwell.
Cochrane.
James Cromwell.
It is, in fact, the
Wow,
guy
why am I blanking on these names?
My
He talks to pigs in
God.
that movie. Guess the pigs talk to him too.
I am in awe of Rachel Cushing right now.
As Babe would say, la 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 la. Rachel, your last question. In round number 2.
I don't know. I don't know.
In 2009's Star Trek, Spock maroons a mutinous Kirk.
Ooh,
What
jeez.
is
Delta
the name of the
Vega.
planet that Kirk gets left on?
Delta Vega.
It is
Jesus
Delta
Christ.
Vega, the Las Vegas of outer space.
She is perfect so far.
You're witnessing greatness.
I mean, this is like Jordan playing. Wow. All right. Okay, so now we get to round number 3 with Rachel finding herself with a big big lead here, 8-point lead as we get into round number 3. That's the betting round. Mark, how's that go?
It is the betting round, and although Rachel enjoys an 8-point lead, anything can happen in this round. Here's how it works. You have your whiteboards and your magic markers. I went to Michael's before the show to get those. You can write down how many points you want to wager, because this is the betting round. We're going to have Rachel take a spin at the wheel, and Rachel, you're going to spin that wheel, whatever category it lands on, we're going to ask you a question. Before we ask the question, you're going to write down how much you want to wager in that category. It can be 0 points, it can be all the way up to 3 points. If you get the question right, then you get that many points. You get the question wrong, you lose that many points. Go ahead and spin at your leisure.
There's the spin. Rachel gets to spin in there.
All right.
They're going to sit down. They're going to
Rachel gets a spin. I mean, I would say she didn't have the best 2 spins because she got, what, like DC movies and Star Trek.
You say that,
You
but
didn't
to her.
see Harry Potter. You didn't see Middle Earth on there. And for Mike Kalinowski, we know that we still have things like the MCU lurking out there. Star Wars, scores and soundtracks.
Mixed bag? DCU?
Is it going to be
Interesting.
DCU?
I am not betting points.
Nope, me neither.
Now, what?
Because fuck this universe. I should have battled.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 0 also.
Okay, so we're going to write your points down, guys.
Judges
No
have
shame.
seen them.
All right, here we go. Here's the question. In Batman versus Superman, what weapon was going to use to get Martha Kent killed?
I know this. I'll kill her. The guy who was also in Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
5, 4.
I'm
3,
struggling with the scene.
2, 1.
A flamethrower.
All right, how many points, Mike?
I bet 2 points.
And you chose?
I said
I'm saying a
flamethrower.
piano on
Rachel,
the
how many
head.
points?
3 points.
And you chose?
Bomb.
Oh, that's a big change. Yeah, there's a flamethrower.
All of a sudden, it's now a 3-point game.
Damn.
I remember that scene. This is like the one good scene in that movie.
Wow, Rachel had an 8-point, and now it is 3 points as the speed round
say, I
comes.
think,
You
Case
were
is
right,
caring
though,
about the match now.
as we went into that betting round. That was big. He hit the DCEU, and we find
Good
ourselves
Lord.
in a 3-point game.
Well, that's the thing. They say it's the greatest match, and then I'm like, but Cushing is running away with this.
What's going on there?
Or
If you
is
think
she?
the tide can turn in the betting round, if you're watching at home, wait until you see what we have in store for these competitors. Now, it is a gauntlet in a championship match in round 4, maybe the clearest indication of that, because, like we said, it's a speed/lightning round. You each now have a buzzer in front of you. Christian is going to ask 5 questions. After each question, as soon as you think you know the answer, you may hit that buzzer and buzz in. Once
You
Baby
always with the
Carrots,
thing.
say you by your first
Yes.
name, Rachel or Mike.
I'm practicing.
You have exactly 2 seconds to answer correctly. If you do not answer correctly within 2 seconds, or it takes you longer than 2 seconds to get the answer, you are penalized a point. So if you get it right, you get a point. Get it wrong, you lose a
That'll be
point.
interesting.
Okay, guys, so you guys are ready to go. All right, here we go. Speed round begins now. Who directed
Irvin Kershner.
Empire Strikes Back?
Mike.
Irvin Kershner.
Yes. Idris Elba, Kieran Hines, and Nicolas Cage.
Mike.
Ghost Rider.
Ghost
Spirit
Rider
of
Spirit of
Vengeance.
Vengeance.
Yes.
Wow. Jesus.
Gene Hackman portrayed Lex Luthor
4.
3.
in how many?
Mike.
3.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
It wasn't in the third one.
Who played Bilbo Baggins?
Ian Holm.
Mike.
Ian Holm.
Martin Freeman.
No, it was
Sorry,
Ian
2
Holm. Lose a
seconds.
point.
Didn't have
Lose
it.
a point. All right, last one.
Hold
Give
on.
it 1 sec, and we are reset for the last question.
Who does Tony name as CEO?
Pepper
of
Potts.
Star-
Mike.
Pepper Potts.
Yes.
Well done, Mike. And we're all tied up. Fuck.
The game.
Well done.
Oh, wow.
Time.
Wow.
We go
Wait,
into
Rachel
the
did not get a
final
single one in there.
The championship
That is
round.
something.
You know,
I hate to
Christian,
say this,
I had a
but,
joke prepared once we get into round
if
5.
I'm
There's
right,
one more round,
then
and
God
I get
damn
to drink
it.
a beer, but this will not be the last round because we could be
But as long as the
looking
guy
at
in the
some
Thrawn
extra innings
uniform's
here.
happy,
That
right?
was crazy.
Yeah.
That was
Cray, as the kids say.
crazy. The fact that we went from an 8-point lead to a tie game is crazy. Okay, here we go.
I'm shaking in my boots right now.
Championship round.
Same.
What do we got?
In round number 5,
And
this is the
I'm
round
just
that
loving every
could
second of it.
determine the winner of the Inner Geekdom Championship. Each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 16. Not 1 to 20, 1 to 16. Once we get the numbers, they correspond to a different corner of the Intergeekdom Movie Trivia Schmoedown Galaxy. The first question asked to you is worth 2 points. The next one's worth 3 points. The last one, should we make it that far, is worth
To quote a great movie.
points. Rachel had the lead for the bulk of the match
But I
thus
think
far,
you have a
but Mike
poster for it,
Kalinowski in
and
the
your
speed
head is
round
currently covering
tying
up
it,
right now.
and because he is the favorite, so by proxy, Mike Kalinowski will be giving us his 3 preferred numbers first. Mike, your big 3 lottery numbers are
3, 6, and 9.
3,
Okay.
6, and 9 for the
Damn
champion.
girl fine. Sucker,
Challenger.
sucker to me one more time.
2, 8, 7.
2, 8, and 7. Rachel will answer her 2-pointer first.
Come on, people. No
Category
7, 10,
number
17.
2, Rachel chose.
No,
Star
3,
Wars.
7, 17.
Logray is which type of creature in Star Wars canon?
Ewok.
Ewok.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yep,
All
yep.
right, Mike Kalinowski's up. He chose category 3.
All right, Mike, you chose number 3,
No.
and this corresponds to...
I like the Murder Bears. How dare you?
Lord of the Rings.
Love the Ewoks.
Lord of the Rings. And
Lord of the
your
Rings.
question
Alright.
for 2 points. Name the 2 human members
Boromir
of
and
the
Aragorn.
Fellowship in the Fellowship of the Ring.
Aragorn and Boromir.
We are tied yet again.
Yep.
That look.
Here's Rachel
That
Cushing.
look he gave her.
Rachel Cushing
Yeah,
now
that-
has her
that's funny.
3-pointer. Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, gonna get it.
She's got it.
What is the first name of the founder
Helga.
of the House of Hufflepuff?
Helga.
3 points.
Nice.
What a back. What?
Patrick
She said it a
Gryffindor,
little bit
Helga
like we should know that
Hufflepuff,
too, so I
Ravenclaw,
apologize to
and
Helga. I know
Salazar.
she's watching.
All right.
All right, Christian, what number did Mike select for his 3
Mike
points?
chose 6.
I knew that. I was just testing you. Mike, for your 3-point question, you have selected. Rachel got one of her favorites with Harry Potter. Mike, it's one of his favorites with the MCU.
Okay.
The
Okay.
MCU. And for 3 points, your question is, what was the name of the legal documents the United
Sokovia
Nations
Accords.
passed that declared the Avengers no longer be a private organization in the film
Oh,
Captain
God, he's pulling
America
a Bateman.
Civil War? 3 points.
I believe it was signed by 117 nations.
That's true.
5.
And that is the Sokovia Accords.
I got that question.
He got 3 points.
And I got it right. And that's against Eli.
So Rachel Cushing is going to get a chance to hit her 5. If she hits it, it bounces back to Mike, and Mike will try to hit his 5 regardless. Just whether or not he's going to try to tie it or try to win it will depend on this right here, Rachel.
Holy
Marvel
shit.
films. Marvel films.
They might score both 30
in
points.
X2. What 3-word phrase is written on the knife
think,
Nightcrawler leaves behind
no.
after his assassination attempt on the president?
Mutant Freedom Now.
5.
Oh.
Wow.
And
No
now-
hesitation.
Okay, holy shit.
Mike Kalinowski has a chance to tie it.
Get
If
your
he hits
white
it, we go
ready.
to sudden death. However, if he misses it, Rachel Cushing is the new Intergeekdom champion. Here we go. Mike chose category number 9.
That corresponds to the category of who said it.
Oh.
These are the quotes.
He has been
category.
practicing who said it, though.
And your question is, when asked, do they fear, who responded with
Eowyn.
the quote,
Eowyn.
a cage to stay behind bars until use and old age accept them, and all chance of valor is gone beyond recall or desire.
Eowyn. Come on.
5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
When asked, do they fear, who responded with the quote, a cage to stay behind bars until use and old age accept them, and all chance of valor is gone beyond recall or desire.
5, 4, 3.
Crap, he knows
2.
it.
Is it Eowyn?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
It is a sudden
I
death
hate
for the
myself. I
champion.
hate myself. I hate myself. I hate myself.
No
Because
way.
here, this is one of the best matches. Now look, sudden death's a little different this year. into where
okay
each
right there?
competitor both gets a JTE rule. It resets
fucking
one
hell.
JTE rule for sudden death.
The rules play out a lot like round number 1. We're going to ask a question to the field. You write down your best attempt at an answer. You have 15 seconds to do so. And once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show us what you wrote on the whiteboard. Please use your best penmanship. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. Here's where it gets tricky. If you both get the question right, we move on to the next question. If you both get the question wrong, we move on to the next question. Should one of you get it right and the other one miss the question, the correct answerer is the new Inner Geekdom champion.
Champion, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Challenger?
Let's do it.
Let's begin sudden death in the realm of Star Wars. In the realm of Star Wars. What is the name of the ship Holdo commanded in the last journey?
Holdo.
15 seconds.
This is difficult. Just keep cut. It's at
deep
once.
into the recesses of your mind to try to calm yourself.
3, 2, 1. Mike?
The Ninka.
Cruiser Ninko?
I just have the raddest.
It's Ninka.
Ninka.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's the Ninka.
Yes! 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 Woo!
She is shook us. She is legit shook us.
I don't blame her.
Oh. Fucking hell.
What it is about Inner Geekdom matches, about the championship atmosphere.
Match of the year contender right here if it's not a damn lie.
Oh my god.
See, they're chanting her name like the championship. Mike Kalinowski, very classy in defeat, handing the belt over willingly. We didn't have to get the authorities
if Mike had to
involved,
lose,
something about the Inner Geekdom,
that's how it had to
and a
happen.
championship level match, Christian, that requires sudden death. And you know what?
31-30.
Jesus Christ!
Are you seeing this fucking score?
We've been doing this for a
Most
long
team
time.
matches don't get that high.
That's got to be, if not, I don't care if it's teams,
Yeah,
I
some
don't care if
don't.
it's singles, that's the best championship match there's ever been.
Time can be a cruel mistress, and sometimes we are prisoners of the moment. I would not consider what you said hyperbole, because you look at the score, 31 to. I mean, Christian, this is what you want. This is why you pay the $2.99. Hell, my mom just texted me. She would have paid $20 for a match of this caliber.
It was crazy because look, Mike Kalinowski was in deep trouble. He came back.
That's a great point. That's right. Two perfect
he was
rounds.
Down, he came back. He came back, and he had a perfect 5th round. He had a perfect speed round. He almost, but he dominated the speed round.
Yeah.
And he had just an absolutely incredible showing towards the second half there. And he showed why he was the champion. He has nothing to hang his head up, and you know him. I'm going to guarantee that he's talking about his next match pretty soon here.
That's right. Mike Kalinowski, if there's one thing you can say about him, you get past all the corruption stuff. The guy loves the Inner
Jason Inman, please come back.
In this division,
please.
and he's not going to let a simple vowel like replacing an A with an O get him down for too long. He'll go home, lick his wounds tonight. Tomorrow he's going to wake up ready to try to get that belt once again. And we just so happen to have an interview with Mike Kalinowski, who is felled by Rachel Cushing, and his gaggle of men and women.
Not happy.
Oh, they're crowded with Jen Sturger. Jen, we hope you're hanging in okay.
We are running out of room back here, guys. We are running out of room. Oh, Mike.
Jennifer?
That match may have been one of the best matches I've ever seen here at the Schmoedown.
It got there, eventually. It got there.
You were obviously behind round 1, round 2.
You could say that.
And then came the betting round.
I came through, you know.
I mean, you literally felt the energy in the room shift, didn't you?
Yeah, it was my game. It was at that point I knew, started off, had my fumbles. Midway through the match, I was like, this isn't going very well. But I'm a champion, and you dig back in, and you know what you know. And at the end there, it's my own fault. I do, as everyone knows, I study. I have my notebook. I wrote Ninko in my book, so it's my own spelling.
Jeez.
Nothing to take that away. Rachel deserved that match. She played phenomenal. So, I'm glad. It went the way it did.
Yeah, as you guys are keep adding to your faction here, I've got to ask you, what's next for you guys? Are you going to continue in Inner Geekdom? Are you going to challenge Rachel again? Like, what is going to happen now?
Well, of course, this isn't over. This is just how it goes. I lost. I'll come back and I'll go and I'll win it next time. Simple as that. It's not.
This is just the Empire Strikes Back of the trilogy.
This is quite a few times.
It's 3 now.
Yes.
3. And every time it's coming,
she's
from
beaten
a
him
certain
three
point of
times.
view.
So
she's beaten him 3 times.
Going into that match, it didn't look like she was going to bleed that far, but she did. I
Well,
caught her and
in
she
Inner
won.
Geekdom terms.
And I pulled some great ones. The AO win that I thought was a great pull. But you know, you learn something for every match, and I love. It's easy to be the champ. It's easy to be. Everyone loves you. It's easy with the, but how someone handles defeat, that's just as important. So she taught me that lesson.
So is your focus still going to be Inner Geekdom, or
no, we're branching out. What do you look? You just said everything. Look at this. Come on, we're faction now. We're going everywhere. We've got teams going in this. I'm going back into singles, and I'm going to get back in that belt. Was it Comic-Con? That's where the next defense is going to be. That's where I'm going to be on the other side of that table, getting that belt back.
Spoilers, Mike. Jesus.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Not gonna lie, that really is one of the next
Do you
title
want to face
matches.
Rachel at Comic-Con?
Yes,
Of course I want
please.
to. You kidding
Yes,
me?
please.
Yes, please.
You kidding me? A spelling error? I'm going to lose on a spelling error? No. We're going to go again.
All right. Back to you guys.
Wait a minute, Christian. It appears as there Ken Knapsack.
Oh, wait, Ken Knapsack.
Ken Knapsack and Grace Hancock.
Oh, they had some words? Okay, well, that's fine. Let's have Ken and Grace.
Yeah, I didn't.
All right, fine. Ken and Grace had some words, apparently.
What do I have to say now?
I want to let you know there's been some wild accusations that the wonderful Lioness returning, we own the copyright on that name, by the way, has distracted Roxy and sent her down the 5 freeway to Disneyland or something. Where did you do that?
If sweet, precious little baby Roxy is having a blonde moment and can't keep her Google
Wow.
calendar straight, it's not my problem.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, that's our official statement on that situation, so all the chat rooms can stop asking that
Someone's
question.
getting a call.
You guys do know there's such thing as caller ID, right?
Look,
talking about,
counterintelligence,
Jace?
we have it. We've blocked it. That you can do that, right? You could just buy. We bought an Android. We bought an Android or something.
Great. Can I go back to the desk now?
Christian, I don't
Can
know.
she?
I know that Grace Hancock
Not
is
yet.
insulted
She's gonna
all
have to
boys,
go.
and as somebody who dyed his hair blonde for 3 months, I take that personally.
Yeah. Oh man, that was. Look,
Landlines
to be
suck.
honest, I liked Mike's interview. I really did. I think,
Classy with a capital K.
I mean, look, he's obviously been under the lights here for the last year about making some moves that maybe weren't very favorable with the audience, but he
who
played like
cares?
a champion today.
Certainly.
He really did. He just happened to miss. You know, it's funny. Again,
Who
I
cares
mentioned
anyway?
the Schmoedown Rundown episode, and Rachel said it.
Speaking
inside
of, check out our latest
that-
episode. It should
that
be up
episode.
now.
She said, this is going to be a knockout, drag-out fight, and it's all going to be about the brain fart. It's all going to be about just the one person that misses, and Mike just happened to be that one at the very last second. He almost had it. He almost had the ship, but Rachel had the actual ship, and because of that, she is now a double-belted champion, and Jen Sturger is
Yes, she is.
the new
Yes, she
Movie
is.
Trivia Schmoedown Inner Geekdom champion, Rachel the Crusher Cushing.
That's right, guys.
Look at all that hardware.
Oof.
What a magnificent sight.
Rachel, don't ruin your makeup. You look amazing. Your shoulders have got to be getting heavy at this point. Congratulations on being the first double belted champion. Woman, I mean, I'm just flabbergasted by everything that I just saw. Is it like a prerequisite for you that you have to put on the match of the year every time?
I don't know. That was a hell of a match. And first and foremost, I will say, corruption aside, Mike, that was an incredible match. Well fought. You fought back. I mean, not a lot of people would fight back from an 8-point deficit, and he did. And he got that quote from my girl Aowen, and so props to him, and thank you for making that a knockdown drag out fight. I am going to go home and sleep for a week.
I feel it. I really do.
He studies hard.
I would
and
too.
He is a top contender for a reason. The people he surrounds himself with, I can't account for, but whatever.
Speaking of people that you surround yourself with, obviously Clark isn't with you right now, and you guys just recently lost Emma. So the Fife Club is obviously in shambles right now. What does this win mean to you?
Oh, it means everything to me. And Clark was in my corner today. She walked out with me, and she stood by my side while that gaggle walked out. And I owe her everything. She's my ride or die. And, next up, we're defending this belt right here, and we're really excited about it. And we are very proud of Emma and excited for her new opportunities. And Mark's gone his own way, but Clark and I have each other. And
Mark is going his own way. Interesting.
Absolutely. How cool is it to see little girls wearing
Must
your
not make a
face
Fleetwood
on
Mac
their
pun.
shirts?
I must not make a Fleetwood Mac
all
pun.
Of this so worth it. There's a lot that goes into this, and all the competitors put our hearts and souls into it, and sometimes it's really hard. But then you look at the little girls that were at the New York Live event, Christian's daughter and others who have come up to me and called me a role model, and it just wipes away all the trolls and all the negativity, and makes me even more proud to be standing here with both of these belts, because if it inspires even one of them to think that they could do something like this, as silly as this is. Come here.
Aww. By the way, who is that?
This is Viv. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Christian's
Look at the camera and say
daughter.
hi.
Who knew Christian's daughter would be this shy about speaking?
And I love that she's a huge geek and knows way more about Harry Potter than her dad ever.
Yay for Harry Potter. That's good parenting.
But, God, how sweet is this? So obviously, you know, while today feels really good, and I'm sure you are going to go home and rest, but I got to ask you, Mike's already calling for you at Comic-Con. Any chance that you would want to see that happen?
If he wants to lose for a fourth time to me,
back
Yes.
to you guys.
That's good.
Yes.
My goodness, there is your new Inner Geekdom champion, as well as your team champion, Rachel the Crusher Cushing.
Oh, she already was that.
Finally, fulfilling her destiny, becomes the Inner Geekdom champion. And thank you to both Rachel Cushing and Mike Kalinowski for putting on one of the best matches I've ever seen.
Yeah, Rachel and Mike put on a hell of a show, but we need to tighten security up around here. We got random fans just running into interviews. I mean, it is chaos here in the studio, absolute entropy, and that's what you want after an amazing Inner Geekdom Championship match, after one hell of a team match that we had as the undercard, and that is all thanks to everyone out there for watching us and supporting us year in, year out, day in, day out here on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Thank you so much for tuning into this live stream. We're going to give a shout out to our friends at Himalaya. You want to check out the podcast version of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, go to Himalaya.fm. And Christian, before I turn it over to you to say goodnight, I'll just let everybody out there know, in the words of our dearly departed late great comedian friend Brody Stevens, keep pushing, stay positive. Was this one of the best matches we've ever had? You got it.
It absolutely was. I know he's looking at us, smiling at us right now. So look, this was something special. The Schmoedown Throwdown. We've had our live events, and the live events we started in New York. Season 6, we told you it was going to be something special.
Oh, yeah.
And it has been. This has been the magic season. It is continuing
great so
to be
far.
the magic season, and every single match just keeps proving that. This Schmoedown Throwdown was fantastic. I thank for everybody who's been watching. If you're watching later on the replay, this was some big stuff, and there's more coming. Like I said, on March 23rd, the free-for-all goes down. Buy your tickets to Schmoedown Live, and as well as Chicago, that's going down. And if there's still tickets left, Mark said it before, there are the 2 live events. Make sure to get those tickets today. Mark said it before as far as Himalaya goes. It is very helpful if you can go to the Apple Podcast or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast and download it. It really helps. That's a way to do it. So you go, well, if I can't spend the money on it, how do I, on Patreon?
How do I hit the button if I don't know what the thing is?
Just subscribe to the podcast feed. It
I don't do
continues to help
technology.
tremendously. Thank you guys. Really hope that you enjoyed it, because I know we did. I know this crowd did. And once again, congratulations to the new Movie Trivia Schmoedown Inner Geekdom champion, Rachel the Crusher Cushing, for Mark Ellis.
You want to play to my bouquet?
No, I'm cool. And for everybody else in the studio, I'm Christian Arloff. We'll see you next time.
Wow.
Wow.
Just wow.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
Crap, that happened.
Oh.
Look, I cannot be mad at that. Like, yes, I was supporting Mike, but if he's gonna lose, that's the fucking way you're gonna lose. Like, seriously. If it comes down to sudden death on a pretty deep cut Last Jedi question, which is still a bit relatively new movie, we've seen before that the newer movies are stumping people because you can't see them as much as the older ones. So it just goes to show. And it was an O instead of an A. He was that little bit away of going to the next question and potentially winning. That's how close this match was. The fact that he got back in there after the second round, because he was down like 8 points, and after round 4, it was tied. Like, holy crap. That was just amazing. So, definitely match of the year contender. Nico, you were right. How do you feel?
Oh wow, wow. So I'm gonna make some analogies using some references that you guys are probably not gonna understand because you're movie guys and I'm a sports entertainment guy. But first off, the match itself. This was the Shogun Hua Dan Henderson #1 trivia equivalent here. Like Rachel Cushing was on the ball from the very beginning. Kalinowski starts making a comeback halfway through. Very even round 5, and then it just came down to one little slip up that made all the difference for Rachel Cushing. Match of the year, match of the century quality, without a doubt. And in terms of Rachel Cushing being double champion, she's now 2/3 of the way from being the first Triple Crown winner of the Schmoedown. She in the Schmoedown Facebook group yesterday, I put up a post, and it was of a little girl named Izzy in the crowd of a wrestling arena, and she was crying because her hero Bailey had returned home after being gone from that promotion for so long. And that is essentially what Rachel Cushing has become. She is now the Bailey of the Schmoedown. And little girls, and not just little girls, but fans of all ages and all backgrounds, have fallen in love with Rachel Cushing and just the passion she shows for this game and the work she's putting in. And just, especially for little girls, she's giving them a face in the public eye in a positive light. And the Schmoedown is very, very fortunate to have her as a representative of what they're doing, what they're trying to accomplish as they move forward into the future. And, you know, the conversation as to who is the GOAT, just keeps getting that much more interesting because, I mean, we have a 3-time champion right now in Dan Merle. We now have our second double-belted champion who could potentially become the first Triple Crown champion in Rachel Cushing. Sam Levine was the first double-belted champion. John Roca, people love him. Clark Wolf, I feel like it's going to be her time soon as well to hold that singles gold. Just the conversation as to who is the GOAT, it's now just become like we're in a farm. You can't have just one GOAT anymore because we're in a farm. And I can't wait to, you know, I hope Critically Acclaimed was watching very carefully because they have – because I know you guys were thinking that they were shoo-in to win the team titles from Rachel and Clark, but after that performance,
we never said that. We just think that
we never said shoo-in.
But
we just think
that
they have a good chance of winning.
But they should be shaken. They should be shaken in their boots after this performance by Rachel Cushing.
And they were already, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Chris.
You know, to piggyback off that for just a moment, I mean, a slight correction, Nico. What Case and I both have said is that Critically Acclaimed are shaking in their boots.
They are.
But we both also think that they have the knowledge and the knowledge of the game to come away with a very narrow win.
Yeah. Barbarian Brothers.
Woo. Woo. Woo.
Jeez.
Fair. But what I love how I almost called it. I almost called this match exactly.
Just the wrong winner.
I just picked the wrong winner. And, you know, while I will never get behind corruption because the person that I apparently imitate way too often, and as well as my sworn enemy, are still a part of that group. Mike actually is starting to earn a hell of a lot more of my respect. I mean, he was building more and more of my respect ever since that triple threat knockout last year, and especially with how much he's been improving his game in teams and in geekdom. And you know what? I hope he can start to prove himself in singles because I think he does have a fair pool of knowledge. But, you know, just pick a different crowd to hang out with, man, and then I'll like you a lot more. But to quickly wrap up, both of you. If I would have been there, I would have given you both just the biggest hugs, and I would have said how proud I was just to even watch.
Just to witness, yeah.
Just to witness that greatness, because match of the year.
Yeah, look, we've been saying that we've been anticipating this match for so long because of how they have changed over time. Both, you see how Rachel and Mike have both changed in terms of the first time they faced off in Inner Geekdom. They were different competitors back then, and they have grown significantly. I mean, Rachel is now a double champ. That is the first time that someone is a champ in both a regular movie division and an Inner Geekdom / Star Wars division. There's no one yet who has done that, and it just shows that she, besides regular movies, well, which she knows, she also just really knows the deep cuts about geek stuff, which is just wow. It's so impressive to see how she has grown. So that's great, and I just can't wait to see who will now rise to the occasion. Who will be her next challenger? If it's Mike again, or if it's a certain guy we recently had on our podcast.
I was about to say, sorry to cut you off the case, but honestly, if Mike faces Rachel again, that's a little bit closer. But to be honest, if Kevin, with his level of dedication, I think he'll take it if he gets there.
I hope he can, because I do think he has the knowledge, he has the drive. He just has to learn how to play the game, and I think he'll get there. So I can't wait to see that. Because the Inner Geekdom League, there's a reason I like it, because I know it. At least I should. I didn't show it that much today, which whatever. I just know I know these movies. I love these movies, most of them, and I can't wait to see how this division continues after this match, because this match, we had Mara versus Mike. It was one of the greatest matches, and this is even better. Wow. So I just can't wait for more, because so far season 6 is just amazing. And I think that's really all.
Before we close out, now the seeds, from what I've seen this past week, there's some very interesting seeds being planted in reference to Roxy Stryer missing out on a bunch of the big events, and now we have Grace Hancock being the foil. Do we think Roxy Stryer is actually going to make it into the building for Chicago, or is something going to happen that causes her to miss yet another live event?
The second one.
The second one.
Look, that's just all those storylines between essentially everything that's going on before the match and after the match. I just love it, and I think it's building up to something glorious that I just can't wait to see. I want the payoff of that. So that's just going to be great. I think that's really all we have to say for this reaction. So guys, please like the video, comment on anything you saw, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And then we're going to go to plugs. So Chris, where can people find you online?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, and Letterboxd at Skywalker Dome. And you guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. Please like our Facebook page, and stay tuned for all the fun stuff on Multiplex Entertainment, where I don't know if I can quite say who my next opponent is, but I do have a match coming up, and I'll probably announce my opponent next week. And all I'll say is, who are you?
Oh, Jesus. That's one of the cheapest blows that you can just give. Anywho, Nico, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli. That's NicoSuaveRegoli. You can find me right here on Dedicated to Art and all the places these gentlemen just said. You can find me over on Combat Wrestling Network. That's the name of the YouTube channel, and Combat Wrestling Trivia. That's the name of the Facebook group. If you like wrestling trivia, go join us, and we'll have a good time together. And you can find me over on Multiplex Entertainment. That's the name of the Facebook group and the YouTube channel. The Twitter is at MultiplexYT. The Instagram is Multiplex Entertainment Network. The TeePublic is just Multiplex. Buy our awesome shirts. And finally, Full Metal Trivia. I've been making my return over there. I recently just had a match in Full Metal Random. It was an NXT match versus Hunter Chambliss and Andrew Hayes, and is probably my best performance in all of trivia to date, and also probably the best match that Full Metal Random has had so far. So go check out that match, especially if you're a wrestling fan. And also, I'll be back next week against Brooklyn Vale and Linus Babcock in an all-Family Guy match.
Ooh, nice. I like it. Anyway, you guys can find me Letterboxd and Facebook, Case Cornelison. Why do I need to think about my plugs? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to continue with Twitter at Dutch Movie Guy, competing over at Multiplex in several matches, several divisions. I want that belt in both TV fandom and movie fandom, and I'm going to get it. Wait, that match is not released yet. Sorry. Okay. Jim or Eli, you're in my way.
It's Eli now. The match is officially dropped.
Okay, that match is dropped. Eli, you're in my way. I don't know as much about TV as most competitors in that league. That is not a joke. That is not a character. That is honest to fucking God. I am not doing my character over there. But for some fucking reason, I'm in the final, and you're in my way. I don't want a fucking belt. And it's really going to be difficult to beat Robert Parker. So you might be my best chance to finally getting a belt. So you're in my way, and I want that belt. Otherwise, I'll face Dom again, who I've beaten twice. So yeah, third time shouldn't be that much different, I'd say. So yeah, find me competing over at Multiplex. And after my long-ass stupid plugs where I forgot most of the things because I'm making this up on the fly, we will see you at the next match or a Resistance review or a live show. Take care.
Yeah!